bring the meeting back to order?
Backing up. I'm taking them home tonight.
Okay, welcome to the Queen Anne's County Commissioners meeting. This is a public meeting that is being aired live on our local cable television station, QACTV 7. These media broadcasts provide county citizens an opportunity to watch and review our scheduled public meetings. In addition to our live audience this evening, we are providing remote options for citizens to watch and participate in the county commissioner meetings. Citizens may watch our meeting live on our website at qac.org/live or on our public access television channel provided by Breezeline Cable Services. Citizens may also participate by joining the live Zoom meeting by going to qac.org/public comments. Citizens may also email comments to publiccomment@qac.org, and all comments will be summarized during the press and public comment period on tonight's agenda. We acknowledge everyone's participation, and by attending, you acknowledge that this session is both recorded and aired. Press and public comment will be taken and is limited to 3 minutes per person. If you do care to speak, please sign up at the information table in our lobby. Comments longer than 3 minutes can be submitted in writing for the Commissioner's review. We will now stand and be led in the Pledge of Allegiance by Commission President Jim Moran.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If you can remain standing for a moment of silence for Paul Gunther, who passed away. Thank you.
All right, good evening, everybody. So that brings us to the approval for the agenda for tonight's meeting. So our agenda for today's meeting, June 9th, along with the regular session minutes, the closed session minutes for May 26th, they've all been circulated for review. Any additions or corrections?
Make a motion to add 2 additional desk items to the agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? So moved. 5-0.
Motion to accept the agenda as amended and the minutes as submitted.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Very well. 5-0.
All right, thank you, Commissioners. So we just held a closed session under the General Provisions Article, Section 3305B1 for boards and commissions and personnel. And I think we have a couple board appointments to make next.
I move to reappoint Scotty McGlashan to fill the vacancy on the Agricultural Preservation Advisory Board. This term will expire on June 30th of 2031.
Second. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? 5-0.
I move to appoint Devin Jones and reappoint Giselle Gattrell, Michelle Johnson, and Gail Lundberg to our local management board, and their terms will go till June 30th of 2029.
Second. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on this item? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 5-0.
All right, thank you, Commissioners. That brings us to press and public comment. So we appreciate all citizens for taking time to express views to the County Commissioners. Comments are limited to 3 minutes per person. Comments longer than 3 minutes can be submitted in writing. This commission respects your desire and right to convey your message freely. When you come forward, please speak clearly at the standing microphone, state your name, your address, and your topic of interest. And in keeping with the dignity of our office, we ask that all views be expressed in a respectful and civil manner.
Let's see, the first person signed up was Eric Levasseur.
Yes, sir. My name is Eric Levasseur. I'm the community president for the Harborview community on Kent Island. And it's a concern of ours of these unidentified delivery vehicles. I'm here as representative of the Harborview community located in Chester on Kent Island. Like many communities in Queen Anne's County, the issue of unidentified delivery vehicles in our community. These delivery vehicles are mostly Amazon delivery trucks or vehicles, but can also be related to companies like DoorDash. The vehicles speed through our neighborhood, park suspiciously in the roadway, and aggressively enter people's driveways. I have personally witnessed one of these vehicles aggressively enter my driveway with no identifying markings and heavily tinted windows. The operator of the vehicle sat in there in his vehicle for a short period of time and then got out. It wasn't until they exited the vehicle that I noticed that they had an Amazon vest on and then made the delivery and departed. This is not an isolated incident. It is occurring weekly in Harborview, and I'm sure it's occurring weekly in other communities as well. I'm concerned that this practice of these delivery services may lead to an unfortunate incident. There may be citizens in Queen Anne's County that have protective orders or other concerns for their safety and may be concerned when a vehicle speeds into their driveway or it's suspiciously parked in front of their house and they have no idea why. Confrontation may ensue and an unfortunate accident may happen because they do not know who these people are. And then there is an argument, and we don't want that to happen, especially not in Harborview. Amazon Flex's delivery service. If you go on their website, the only thing needed is a cell phone, a driver's license, and a four-door sedan. Once they hire you, they will give you a vest. There is nothing that identifies who this vehicle is or who these people are. There are far too many issues to speak of here today during my time. I fully understand that these drivers are working to make a little extra money. They are working the hours that work best for them. However, the safety of our community comes first. We're requesting that Queen Anne's County Commissioners take a look into these delivery practices and either pass a county ordinance or work with our state officials to pass legislation that we require these vehicles to be identified. The Amazon trucks are identified. These Amazon vehicles should be identified as well. The companies profit by not paying for vehicles, and they pay these people out lower wages. They don't have to pay them health care or anything like that. Therefore, it's bad for Amazon. Everybody should be treated the same, and the homeowner should know whoever comes into their property in their driveway feels safe that this is a legitimate delivery and not just somebody that's speeding into their driveway and coming up into their property. I respect your attendance to this matter and your support. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jay Falstead.
Good evening, Commissioners. Jay Falstead, Queen Anne's Conservation Association. I just wanted to get in a last comment on 26.9 and 26.10 before you all vote on it later tonight. I just want to emphasize that both the non-contiguous development and TDR programs were established to protect and preserve agricultural land. Within our code are a bunch of things that have nothing at all to do with agriculture. And if you look at the recreation section of the code, you can have things on preserved open space such as golf courses, tennis courts, and other things that have nothing to do with agriculture. I'm not disputing the need for landowners to adjust lot lines. And staff will properly tell you that the things that I'm mentioning are already allowed on agricultural land now, and that is a true statement. All I'm suggesting is that by allowing these lot line adjustments, as text amendment 26.9 and 26.10 do, you're increasing the probability that these non-agricultural uses will ultimately be allowed. And at the end of the day, I hope you'll find a way to at least amend it, this ordinance, so that these non-farm uses are taken out. Absent that, if you want to revisit the issue entirely, that's okay too, but at the end of the day, these programs were meant to protect ag land. What does a golf course have to do with agriculture? Nothing. What does a tennis court have to do with agriculture? And those things really ought to just be taken out altogether. And that's really all I'm asking for, all that I'm hoping that you'll consider. It's a reasonable request. I hope we can find a way to do it. I'm not opposed to anything that the applicants want to do. I understand the need to adjust lot lines for geologic reasons or for a driveway or access. That's all perfectly reasonable. But allowing golf courses and tennis courts and all this other stuff on agricultural land flies in the face of everything that this county has done with its great record of land preservation, and I just hope we can find a way to continue that. Thank you.
Thank you. Nobody else has signed up. Would anyone else like to speak? Yes, ma'am.
All right, my name is Ann Goodman, and I had sponsored, my husband and I, James, had sponsored an amendment that then we worked with Jeff Thompson and Planning and Zoning to merge 3 amendments into what you see as 26-9 and 26-10. I thought that the comment period was over the last time we met on this, so I just don't understand why we're still standing here and letting people comment on it.
The hearing was open for 2 weeks to the next meeting, so that
It was
basically when it's
Here, I
raised.
thought that it was open for written comment.
Well, we leave the record open, so if the record's open, it can be written or it can be verbal.
Right, and you're in press and public comment time.
Okay,
Let's
then.
take comments on everything. Yeah.
Then I do want to reiterate that the proposal doesn't change anything with respect to the agreements that were already made between the county and the landowners on the open space involved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else like to speak? Yes, sir.
Commissioners, Jeffrey Thompson, I'm representing the applicants in this case. The only thing I'd like to point out in Ms. Jones's report of today's date that she submitted to you is that the only really permitted use is public recreation. Those are recreation facilities that you approve. The others are all conditional uses. And by way of example, tennis courts, golf, all of those are conditional uses requiring Board of Appeals approval. And recently, someone proposed a pickleball court in the ag zone, and it was rejected by the Board of Appeals. So there's a showing there that, again, only you have control over, without Board of Appeals approval, to do any of those activities. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
You do have a letter for the comprehensive water and sewer plan. You want me to read that now or wait? It's the first one up on the agenda.
Let's read it now.
Okay. Yeah. This letter comes from Annie Richards, our Chester River keeper at the Shore Rivers. To the Queen Anne's County Commissioners, thank you for the opportunity to provide comment on behalf of Shore Rivers, a water quality organization working to protect Eastern Shore waterways, including the Chester, Miles, Wye, and Eastern Bay, and other tributaries within the Queen Anne's County. I am writing to express our strong support for the proposed amendment 1127 to the Queen Anne's County Water and Sewer Plan. Septic pollution represents a significant and growing threat to water quality in Chester River and across the county. Aging and failing septic systems contribute excess nutrients, bacteria, and other pollutants to our waterways, degrading aquatic ecosystems, harming fisheries, and putting public health and drinking water supplies at risk. These challenges are only expected to intensify as rising groundwater levels, saltwater intrusion, and increased development pressure further compromise septic system performance. For these reasons, Shore River strongly supports the county's proactive approach to assigning sewer allocation for the purpose of connecting impaired septic systems to advanced wastewater treatment infrastructure. Prioritizing septic to sewer conversions is one of the most effective strategies available to reduce nutrient pollution at its source and improve long water quality outcome. This amendment reflects a thoughtful and forward-looking commitment to protecting the Chester River, safeguarding local drinking water, and supporting resilient, sustainable communities. By directing limited wastewater capacity towards addressing existing environmental and public health challenges, the county is taking an important step towards responsible growth management. We commend the county for advancing this amendment and encourage its adoption. Sincerely, Annie Richards.
All right, we're done with press and public comment. Moving on.
All right, Commissioners, we can go into the legislation portion of the agenda. And as you know, we have a number of bills that we've had hearings on. It can be voted on this evening. So tab number 7, item 1 on page 1. The first one we have is the Comprehensive Water and Sewer Plan Public Hearing Decision for the Marling Farms and Dominion Sewer Service Area Map. And this is the service area map that would provide for public sewer extension to the Marling Farms and Dominion areas. This map would then allow this project to pursue a public health exemption from the Smart Growth Coordinating Committee so that action could be taken at some point in the future to provide public sewer to these 2 areas that have public health concerns. So this is kind of the step 1.
I move to approve the amendment to place the Marling Farms/Dominion Sewer Service map into the 2011 Comprehensive Water Sewage Plan.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on this? Long overdue and looking forward to it. Let's march on.
Yep.
Seeing no other comments, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 5-0.
Thank you, Commissioners. Item number 2 on pages 2 and 3 is County Ordinance 2604, uses allowed to occupy in excess of 65,000 square feet of gross floor area in the Airport Protection and Kent Island Gateway District. And the intent of this amendment is to add boat sales and repair and marinas to the list of individual uses or tenant space that can occupy more than 65,000 square feet of gross floor area within the Airport Protection and Kent Island Gateway District. And this can be voted on as well. Planning Commission did send a favorable report to the commissioners for this proposed ordinance.
Yeah, so am I.
2604.
I move to adopt County Ordinance 2604.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on this item? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 5-0.
All right, thank you, Commissioners. Item number 3 on pages 4 and 5, excuse me, is County Ordinance 2607, non-residential floor area in the Waterfront Village Center zoning district. And the intent of this ordinance is to increase the by right maximum non-residential floor area from 30 to 40% within the Waterfront Village Center district and remove the bonus standard that allows for a floor area ratio of 40%. Also recommended favorably by the Planning Commission.
Motion to adopt Ordinance 2607.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? 5-0.
Commissioners, next up, item 4 on pages 6 and 7, County Ordinance 2608, commercial apartments in the Waterfront Village Center zoning district. The intent of this ordinance is to add additional provisions to allow commercial apartments within the Waterfront Village Center district to locate the commercial apartment dwelling unit on any same floor, including the first floor. Also recommended favorably by the Planning Commissioners.
Motion to adopt Ordinance 2608.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on this? Amy, this also allows commercial to be on the top floor, right? Yeah, which I think it's a great idea. So, better review. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved.
All right, Commissioners, moving on, item number 5, pages 8 through 14, County Ordinance 2609. This is an amendment to the Transfer Development Rights Standards, TDRs, and this would amend the transferable development rights standards to allow for a transfer or parcel which is designated as open space following the conveyance of development rights to be subdivided through the administrative subdivision process to accommodate lot line adjustments, but not to be reconfigured to create a new lot. Planning Commission also recommended favorably on this amendment.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
I mean, I'll bring the motion up to get it to discussion, but I have discussion, so I will make a motion to push 2609, or to adopt 2609.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Yeah, I mean, I've got these papers, I'm going through a lot of these uses. I guess I get the point, I'm all good with the whole lot line moving, I have no problem with any of that, but I really don't see why. It's very simplistic to just strike the non-agricultural uses and get rid of it as an amendment to it. If you move your lot lines, then you can't do any of these things, whether conditional or permanent. That's all my thing. I just don't understand why it's a big deal to get rid of that if you move the lot lines.
I don't know that it is a big deal. So you want to amend the,
I would like to amend it to have that struck if you were to move your lot lines, that's all.
so
Does it have to be rewritten?
We'd have to amend the bill to do that, yeah.
it would have to go back to the Planning Commission?
So basically what we do is send it back to planning and zoning?
I'd have to check with the attorney. I don't know that that would be a substantive change. It could be. That's you're talking about changing the use applicable for the zoning districts. Amy, do you have an opinion on that?
I think we would need to get a legal determination as to whether or not this change meets the substantial threshold. but likely it would. So likely this would need to go back to the Planning Commission for a recommendation on the proposal as amended.
And adjust your motion to just amend it and send it back.
Well, you got to do the amendment, we have to vote on the amendment first, and then vote on.
So you
You're
have,
going to table, we're going to table the 2609 until it's amended, basically.
Correct.
Yeah,
So
you have to table it and have it sent it to planning commission.
So I'm going to make the motion for the amendment to strike the non-agricultural uses from, uses permitted when you move the lot line for 2609, so.
Okay.
second?
You got a motion and a second on I don't even know if we should, do we need to do that?
Well, we got to pass the amendment to send it back to planning commission. It's got to be official that we're sending it back.
Well, you should make a
Can't
motion
send
to
an
take.
unvoted amendment back to the
There was a
planning
motion, there was a motion on the floor to approve this, so we
To
have to.
approve this as is.
Yeah,
So
we
So
have-
I'm going to withdraw my
Withdraw that.
2609 motion, correct.
Okay.
And then my amendment motion will stand.
Yes, Amy?
Can I ask for a point of clarification on the amendment? And that is, are you proposing to strike non-agricultural uses upon re-subdivision, upon lot line adjustment, or entirely?
No,
Entirely?
just only during a lot line adjustment, which is what this is actually trying to do and accomplish, is being able to adjust the lot lines. So
Yeah.
that'll keep them all in ag uses.
And then we had a motion and a second on that, to send this back as amended. So all those in favor signify by saying aye. 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 5-0.
You good?
Okay. So back to the planning commission on 2609. Right. Okay, so County Ordinance 2610, amendments to the non-contiguous development standards. Similar intent here.
We'll then word it again.
This would amend the NCD standards to allow non-contiguous and developed parcels which are designated as open space to be subdivided through the administrative subdivision process, again, to accommodate lot line adjustments, but not to be reconfigured to add an additional lot or create a new lot. So similar to the 2609, but for NCD.
So I'm going to introduce an amendment to get rid of the same non-agricultural uses from 26.
Second.
This is a second. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Basically, the same thing as 2609. Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
5-0. Thanks, Amy.
All right, thanks, Andy. Okay, Commissioners, moving on. Item number 7 on pages 22 through 26. This is County Ordinance 2612, Amendment Number 1 to the Queen Anne's County Forest Conservation Act, Chapter 18 of the Code of Public Local Law. This can be introduced and voted on, and this was a request by the Commissioners for this amendment to be drafted to address the application of solar energy generating stations in relation to the specifics of the proposed code. And they are currently exempt from afforestation but not reforestation. And the intent of this amendment is to protect existing forested areas from being cleared for solar energy generating stations or any other proposed use by requiring a higher reforestation rate for those properties that are larger than 25 acres or more than 50% forested.
I'll introduce 2612. For the amendment, I'll introduce the amendment, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And then I'll make a motion to adopt the amendment.
Yep. All right, so that's been introduced, the Amendment 1. Okay.
And now we should be able to adopt it.
Yeah, we can adopt
I'm making a
2612.
motion to adopt
Yeah.
Amendment 1 to 2612.
Right.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 5-0.
And now a motion to adopt 2612 as amended.
Yeah. That's item 8 in your book on pages 27 through 62, 2612, yeah. Yeah.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on this. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. 5-0.
And then I move to adopt the updated Queen Anne's County Forest Conservation Technical Manual.
Second?
Yeah, the Forest Conservation Technical Manual is a reference in the 2612. That's just
Right.
an additional piece of that to amend that as well as part of that bill.
You second?
So you have a motion and you
Got a
have a
motion
second.
second.
I understand the discussion, I'm just, the conversation, fee in lieu rate of $1.50.
That's the next one.
That's the next
That's
one.
the next one.
Number 4.
I'm one ahead of you.
Yeah, it's the bottom of the other one, manual.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Okay. All right, well then, on this first one, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved.
Okay, one more.
I move to adopt the updated forest conservation fee in lieu rate as $1.50 per square foot and the violation and penalty rate at $2.50 per square foot.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on this. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved.
And now we're done with forest conservation for a little while, right? Okay.
Many, many
All right,
years
thank
on
you,
that one.
Commissioners. That's all of our legislative items for this evening, except for the desk item, but we'll get to that later. We can move into the presentations portion of the agenda now. So if you want to turn to tab number 6, item 1, we have the Upper Shore Workforce Investment Board update. Ms. Ellen LaFranchi, Executive Director, is here. So come on up. Ellen, and Beverly is with her today, Director of Human Resources. Welcome. Okay. Do we have it on the screen or just in the book? Just in the book, okay. All right. So tab 6, item 1, pages 1 through 20 is the update. So
Good evening, and I am not here in my capacity as the Human Resource Director. I am here in the capacity as the Queen Anne's County representative on the Upper Shore Workforce Investment Board. And so I'll introduce to you Ellen LaFranchi, who is our Executive Director, and good news, she's not asking for any money. And so she's going to have some things that we need to take care of as far as business for meeting our legislative requirements, and so I'll let her take it away.
Thank you. Thank you, Beverly. I want to thank you for your time today. The Upper Shore Workforce Investment Board sincerely values the continued support of the Queen Anne's County Commissioners, and I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you today. I would also like to thank you for appointing Beverly Churchill of Queen Anne's County Government, who already spoke to us today, and as well as Adam Tolley of Queen Anne's County Public Schools. They have been invaluable assets, and we greatly appreciate their service to the board. Our mission is to provide high-quality career and training services to the residents of Queen Anne's County, with a goal of connecting individuals to meaningful employment opportunities within our region. This work is essential not only to the individual job seekers, but also to the overall economic health and stability of our communities. As mandated by the Governor's Workforce Development Board policy, the Memorandum of Understanding is a required and foundational document for our workforce system. It establishes how our key workforce partners collaborate to deliver coordinated, high-quality services to individuals and businesses. These partners include the Maryland Department of Labor, the Division of Rehabilitation Services, the Department of Social Services, including the Queen Anne's County Department of Social Services, and Chesapeake College. Through this mandated framework, residents of Queen Anne's County benefit from access to workforce training funds, industry-recognized certifications, and comprehensive employment services that support their path to sustainable employment. At the same time, businesses in Queen Anne's County benefit from a skilled and prepared workforce that is better positioned to meet their current and future workforce needs. Embedded within the Memorandum of Understanding is the Resource Sharing Agreement, which is also required under the Governor's Workforce Development Board policy. This agreement outlines the individual financial and in-kind contributions made by each participating agency. Funding provided through the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act, along with other funding sources, is detailed within this agreement. Together, these shared contributions support our collective mission and provide a clear and transparent framework for coordinating resources, maximizing efficiency, and stretching funds so that we can serve as many individuals as possible. Our partner agencies have provided valuable input throughout this process and have indicated their concurrence with these documents. Today, I respectfully request your concurrence as well in fulfillment of these policy requirements and in continued support of our collaborative efforts to strengthen the workforce and economic vitality of Queen Anne's County. I want to thank you for your time and consideration.
I move to execute the memorandum of understanding with the Upper Shore Workforce Investment Board for the resource sharing agreement.
Second. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Impressive program.
Yes. All right.
It is a very impressive program.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
There we go, 5-0. Thank you very much.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
A lot of fun with this.
All right, thank you, good to see you. All right, Commissioners, also on tab 6, our second presentation tonight, item 2 on page 21, we have the Veteran and Military Support Alliance update. So we have a group here, so come on up, folks. Lee Ellingston, Deputy Director, VAMSA, Kathy Diotis, Board Chair, VAMSA, Walt Petrie, Founding Member with VAMSA, Beth Ann Dorman, President and CEO for All Seasons. All right, welcome, everybody.
Nick, come on up.
No, Ryan.
Brian, come on up.
Brian,
No, I don't want
Nick's just driving today.
Nick's just driving.
Hi there. Thank you so much for
buddy.
making time for us. My name is Kathy Diotis. I am the current board chair for VAMSA, the Veteran and Military Support Alliance. I'm here to let you know that I'm here on behalf of our board. I have Walt Petrie here, who's one of the founding members of our board. Others that are not here are Jean Fair, Lee Young, Joe Candela, and I can't help but mention the late Wes Guckert, also a founding board member. 5 years ago, these gentlemen, all veterans, got together to form a group that would go out and help them with issues they themselves had grappled with or were aware of in the veteran and military community. Early this year in January, we decided as a board that the best way and the best path forward for VAMSA to continue our mission and services to area veterans was to pair up with For All Seasons. We really feel like the continuance and the sustainability of our mission and the services that we've been able to provide in this community will not only be well handled by For All Seasons, but they will be able to broaden the depth and breadth of the services. They have offices in each of the 5 counties on the Eastern Shore. They will maintain a presence here in Queen Anne's County, right near where VAMSA is at this point in time. And so we are happy to announce to you that this is the path we're looking forward. We're actively pursuing this. We are very happy and very confident that we'll be melding into an organization as excellent and as well-run as For All Seasons. And I just want to assure any veterans and any families out there that have received services from VAMSA, the transition will be seamless, we promise. Services are currently being offered and will continue until that difference is made. And I want to introduce Ryan Snow, is with R&R Solutions, and Ryan and Jeannie Hadaway have walked alongside VAMSA, helping us advocate to people on all different levels in the government and in the community, and helped us secure a great deal of financing to continue the services that we were. So I want to thank Ryan, and Ryan will be walking alongside For All Seasons as well. So I'm going to pass this on. Walt, do you want to?
So yes, hi.
Hi.
So 5 years ago, Jim Moran was at the first meeting, I think, where we were talking about how do we help the veterans in the community, and we started off going in the direction of building tiny homes. And we spent a few months working on that and decided that was that was the wrong approach. Through his research, he came in one day and said, you know, there's only 2 homeless veterans in the whole county. You guys are spending all this time on this. And it's sort of morphed into what it is today. And VAMSA has done a wonderful job. We have been through lots of problems and trials and tribulations. We've helped a lot of veterans. We're getting straight A's from all of the various agencies, American Legion, VFW, and we're the go-to group. We have come that far. But we reached a plateau, and after a certain time, we were working with the Four Seasons team. It became apparent that they had many more resources than we did, and they were doing doing a lot of the counseling that we couldn't do and had the people to do. So this has sort of evolved into a wonderful solution for what was a struggling VAMSA trying to get to where it needed to be, sort of underfunded and so on, and couldn't be happier with the alliance we've formed with them, and I just couldn't be happier about it. I just wanted to express that to you.
I'd be remiss in not thanking all of you, Commissioner McLaughlin, Commissioner Moran, and all of you for your support, both in spirit and in funding. VAMSA's mission just really is indicative of your care for veterans and other vulnerable members of the community here. So we really thank you very much.
So just out of curiosity, how did this partnership, this pairing, actually get to where we are today? I mean, did you approach them? They approached you?
We were, when I joined VAMS a little less than a year ago, Beth Ann was, For All Seasons is already an integral part of VAMSA in the support groups, PTSD, and then referrals for mental health counseling. And so Beth Ann was leading sort of a strategic planning session for the board and the staff, and where are we going to be 5 years from now. And it really caused the board and all of us to think really deeply about where are we going in the next 5 years.
Gotcha.
And some really careful self-examination and what's the best path forward. So I would have to say Beth Ann's leadership in that strategic planning session really got our wheels in motion as to what was the best course forward for how we could best help veteran and military families. So
you guys are just ramping it up,
Yeah,
the relationship that already existed.
Absolutely.
Taking it to the next level.
Yeah.
We've been a part of VAMSA for over 3 years now, as Kathy said, providing the mental health and the community connection. We've also worked with other veteran organizations, all of the FWs, the American Legions. We've worked with the folks both on our side of the bridge and across the bridge throughout the state of Maryland. And so the sort of walk along has been a natural occurrence, and this just gives us the ability to hire additional team members, keep some of the VAMSA staff that will continue to walk through that seamless transition, but also then look larger. So we will be launching the Center for Veterans and Military Families through our Center for Learning and the mental health services that we provide. And the support that you all have provided, what we can guarantee you is we are going to be able to take something and continue to grow it, to make it bigger, and also have an impact across all 5 counties of the shore, so that it's not simply a home based in Queen Anne's County, but this is the model, and then we can say to the rest of the counties, hey, come along and get on board.
Awesome.
If I might add, each one of their offices are manned from 9 to 5 or 8 to 5.
8 to 5.
8 to 5. We've struggled with that as somebody we were trying to keep open. And the nice part about this is they have 5 different locations, or actually 6. And they're going to be staying at the marina, but maybe a little different space that we're working on right now. But the nice part, it's staffed, and they have the people, they have the resources. If we have a problem, instead of us trying to call somebody and how do we fix this and how do we help this gentleman or this lady, they just have it all. And they have, how many, 60, 100 employees? I don't know.
We have just under 100 employees.
They have a lot of people.
Yeah.
And a lot of very qualified people to help the veterans that we were struggling trying to figure out how to do.
Well, I know one of the problems that's always existed is the paperwork.
Say again?
The paperwork with the VA and everything else. I mean, I thought at one time you had someone there that was a guru at that, that could help anybody that walked in the door, navigate through that.
Yes, and that will continue,
Okay,
and that will
so
be
somebody's on staff right now for doing that?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yep.
So as you know, my story is I didn't really want to, I was fortunate when I got back. I didn't have PTSD or any major issues. And I went to reunion, a 50-year reunion, and everybody looked at me like, and said, have you joined the VA? And I said, no. They said, what, are you crazy? You should join. It's good. It's great for your family. So I tried to join, and I said, the hell with this. After about a month, I said, this is ridiculous. Let's be around. I couldn't get anybody. And so that's why this organization and VAMSA are so helpful, because the feedback I'm getting is, oh my God, I've been trying to get to this point for a year and you guys did it in a half an hour.
Right.
You know, that's what, it's just the person, they're so big, the state and federal, they're meaning as well. They just don't know how to get people from A to B. And we figured out a way to get them from A to B, and Beth Ann here has been just a breath of fresh air, just fantastic. So anyway, I'll shut up.
So that the gentleman that Jim's alluding to, it was the AI guy.
Oh, the Vet AI program?
Yeah, he talked about that he spent his, last 10 years figuring out AI to allow you to get benefits quicker.
Mm-hmm.
So he's still with you, or?
That is, he created the tool.
Right.
Which is utilized by VAMSA and will be
And
utilized by for all
is it
seasons.
effective?
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, they're finding it extremely effective. And so one of the commitments that I can say we are making to all of you is that the things that are working, we are going to continue to have them work, and we're going to enhance them. The things that aren't working, we're just going to take a look at and say, how might we retool? How might we find better solutions so that we're able to do more? And, Ryan being a part of VAMSA, Ryan also is our lobbyist alongside with Jeannie for All Seasons. So there's also a capacity for us to really go after some incredible funding when we are relying on partners and really strengthening some of these partnerships. And so Ryan's going to be continuing on with us as well.
And Ryan can be persuasive.
He absolutely can be. Yeah, yes.
Yeah, I mean, we're all very blessed to live here and reside on the Eastern Shore, right? And in rural communities, when you look around the room, For All Seasons provides such phenomenal services, right? They meet you where you are, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And then now adding in the VAMSA perspective and strengthening that relationship, the conduit to all of our veterans organizations, folks who have served our country, it just couldn't be a better opportunity to better serve the Eastern Shore and beyond.
So Beth Ann, you're taking on a lot. So you're doing this work, and you're also doing the first responders, right?
Yeah.
How's that going? And then you're going into our schools.
Yes.
So you're busy.
We are busy. The first responder program is going great. I am really excited. I shared with Beverly before the meeting to let you all know that Caroline County is the next county. We've talked with some folks in Dorchester County and in Kent. And so the goal was that we would create a pilot program, and all 5 county first responder peer support teams would be up and operational by 2028. That was our goal. So we're on our way, and folks are really excited. One of the things that we're really grateful for, especially within Queen Anne's County, is everybody's able to sort of shape the program the way that we want. We're giving them the foundation. We're coming alongside and embedding ourselves in. The school system has reached out. We've started to do some suicide prevention education and learning and videos, and we just had a conversation today with Matt Evans and Bryce about getting some of the school students involved in some of these videos over the summer, and so that will take shape. And so yes, we are busy. We're also adding staff to make sure that we have the capacity to not overpromise and underdeliver.
Right.
We are a slow and steady wins the race kind of an organization, and so when we make these decisions to take on these things, I mean, this has been a conversation for the last 8-9 months, and we are really have a good plan of bringing folks in and hiring a new veterans community connector. So we've got an application out right now in the community. So if there are any veterans that are listening, we are hiring a veteran connection community connector, because we know that what's most important is that there's a veteran who's leading the charge. And so this isn't something that we can do without someone by our side who can say, hey, here's what it looks like. We do have Gene Davis, who does the employment piece. He'll continue with us. He is a veteran as well. But the more that we can enhance the staff, the more that we can reach the veterans community.
Are the first responders going to get an app if they want to talk to somebody?
So that's something that we've talked about with Jess and Kelly. I don't know what, every county decides differently, but I know that Jess and Kelly have talked about that. I know that Talbot County is looking at the Lighthouse app. I'm not sure where the group landed, but I will certainly go back and revisit with them if there's anything that we
That
can
could
do to be
be
helpful.
Extended to veterans as well. Students.
Yeah, yep.
Well, hopefully we can get Centerville and VAMSA, the veterans that are located up here, they have a good-sized contingency up here. I'd love to see them work together.
And we've met with them,
Yeah.
so we had a great lunch and really talked through, help us understand what would be beneficial. And we recognize that part of why VAMSA was established, in addition to the claims and in addition to the mental health services, it was also about reducing suicide. And we know that we can't walk into a VFW or an American Legion and say, hey, let's talk about reducing suicide, because no one wants to hear that. So our presence is that of a quiet consistency, going in and making sure that folks understand the services that are there, talking about self-care, talking about how we get connected, whether it be, food pantry or housing stability, or simply just saying, hey, are you checking in on your people? And so that's the approach that we really use to create those connections, and we're really looking forward to digging in deeper.
What about the Fred McNeil's group?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had an opportunity, as Jim did, to go and speak one morning at that group, and it was packed, just because of the popularity of this organization and the feeling that they get that there is a community behind them.
Right.
So I'm excited for them because of you guys.
Thank you. We're excited as well. And Lee's been an integral part of all of the transition being as seamless as it is. And she was unable to be here tonight, but she really has been just a champion, and she's coming on board as well as Jean, and we're making sure that those connections and the trust that's been built is maintained because of those relationships.
And Lee is a regular attendee at those Monday meetings. She's very involved with the group.
Yep.
The present deputy director at VAMSA, so, yeah. And then
This is great stuff.
I'm all pleased
Great
Walt and I are honored and to have been asked to be on the Four Seasons Board, and we have accepted that honor, so we will be on the For All Seasons Board. And I'm really looking forward to that, and we'll be able to.
Very good.
So for the folks that are listening, if they have a benefits problem, Mr. Walt, who are they calling?
They come to the marina, and the VAMS office is there and open, and it's operating just as it was before.
Can you give out the
That'll be a
number?
seamless
Well, before all
transition.
seasons, after the end of June.
Yes.
So we would probably, if you don't mind, would get the proper information to you
Okay.
once that's all
Yeah.
squared.
Get that aligned first.
Bruce,
That
could,
office is not going to be going anywhere in
Okay.
terms of its location, so if people are saying, I know that's where it is, we are going to remain in the marina in the exact location that VAMSA is in. For All Seasons has an office in Stevensville on Log Canoe Circle. Those two offices are going to remain the same through the end of this calendar year, and then we will merge into one building after the first of the year.
Very good. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank
so
you all for your
much.
support.
And by the
very
way,
much.
the model is open, and bring your wives, call me, and I'll be happy to show you around.
Sell you a condo.
thank you.
Wait, Ryan, I'll meet you down at Legal Assets in Easton.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Great job, everybody.
Great job, thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
What an amazing partnership.
Yeah, that's great. That's good partnership.
Amazing. That's all VAMSA needed, was just that little push.
All right, Commissioners, that is all the presentations we had this evening. We can move into the action items for tonight's meeting. First, we have the Department of Public Works. We have two items for the Roads Board. So first, I guess we should convene as the Roads
Make a
Board.
motion that we adjourn as the Roads Board?
Second. Second, all those in favor? Aye.
All right, Commissioners, item 1 on pages 1 through 7.
Where were you on that one?
This is a public hearing request for the Merganser Drive road upgrade proposal. This is North County up near Duck Neck Campground on Double Creek Point Road, this is item 1, pages 1 through 7, tab 2.
Tab 2, there you
Tab
go.
2, item 1,
Yep,
page
you
1,
got it.
yep. So, cost of this upgrade is $150,000, 34 property owners. The 20-year annual payment is estimated at $311 each. Looks like about 16 people weighed in with their opinions, and it was close. 10 were in favor, and 6 were opposing the project. So this one's a close.
9-4-6 opposed, huh?
Yeah. So anyway, Shane was up there for the public information meeting this past month. Any other points you want to make about the group up there?
It was a lively meeting. The
9
residents
to
had-
6, I guess so.
The residents had some very good questions, very insightful. Merganza Drive is one of the more unique projects we've looked at. This is the second time we've looked at it for an upgrade project. This road was originally constructed in the late 60s, early 70s, and the original developer dedicated it to the county, but the county did not accept it. There was a lawsuit involved with the residents and the developer, and at that time there was a decree that I think Judge Turner, that the road was to remain private. The developer did not do all the things he needed to do to properly give that to the county. So it's been private for all these years. However, there's definitely a lack of maintenance, and the residents are feeling the push to actually upgrade it. So there's definitely some for, and there's definitely some against. So it'll, a public hearing will certainly be very lively as well.
I move to schedule the proposed Merganza Drive project public hearing.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All good, 5-0.
Okay, Commissioners, and just point of clarification, we were proposing to have that at the Crumpton Volunteer Fire Company, that public hearing on October 27th.
Okay,
Okay?
yeah.
Change venue? Okay.
I'd send that out now. Yeah, send that invite out now.
Yeah. Yeah. At the Crumpton VFD. Haven't got up there lately for a commissioner meeting, at least. All right, item number 2, pages 8 through 15, another public road upgrade, public hearing request. This one's Cecil Road in the community of Kent Island Estates. And we've been doing these pretty routinely over the past several years. 965 feet, 21 properties, $115,000 estimated cost, 20-year annual payment of $385 per resident. Looks like overall 9 were in favor and 2 were opposing on this one, and 2 undecided, so 9-2-2.
I move to schedule the proposed Cecil Road Improvement Project public hearing.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on this item. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. 5-0.
All right, Commissioners, and we were hoping to schedule this public meeting, public hearing on September 21st. That's the Monday before our normal September 22nd meeting, and that would be, we have a scheduling problem on September.
Yeah.
So we were hoping to have that on a Monday
Yeah.
evening.
Yeah,
Is that okay?
yeah.
So we're going to actually have the September 21st meeting
Yeah, we'll have
to
our,
address this,
the,
as well as,
yeah, Merganza is October. This one would be September 21st on a Monday here at the Liberty Building.
here at the Liberty Building. Oh, okay, all right.
So does that mean we're having a commissioner meeting here
On the
on
21st.
the Monday?
On the Monday,
Yep.
21st. We'll get a calendar invite out
Yep,
if that's
good.
Okay? All right.
Put it on your calendar.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shane.
Hey, Shane, thanks for your help with the Route 8 breeding farm.
Oh, yeah.
That was
I'll take it.
fabulous. The guy had been trying to get a 10, or he had a 20-foot,
Culvert pipe?
and the trucks were crushing it. And Shane and Alan got on it with Fender and made it 40 feet?
Yeah, I think they went to 40 feet. The
40
local
feet?
Centerville maintenance shop took
It's
care of it,
beautiful.
yes.
It's a work of art. It was really good.
If a culvert pipe could be a work of art, it would be.
It is. And it's like, if only other things could get done that fast by the state. So, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Shane. All right, Commissioners, action items are next. So that's under tab number 3. So tab 3, item 1 on pages 1 through 28. This is the FY 2027 County Budget Resolution, number 2606. This resolution is for the adoption of the FY 27 county budget. We did make one change that's included in this resolution after the public informational meetings we held last month, and that was to add $700,000 match, which was required to receive the state grant funding for the Queen Anne's County Detention Center project. So other than that, the total budget proposed operating budget is $230,950,880. Total proposed capital is $66,793,607. And the operating budget has been balanced without the use of any fund balance. Tax rates for fiscal 27 are established as follows. Real property tax rate countywide, 80 cents. Real property tax Centerville, 67 cents. Real property tax rate Millington, 71.5 cents. Public utility personal property tax rate $2. Kent Narrows Commercial Management and Waterfront Improvement District Special Taxing Area, 06 cents. And the income tax rate remains the same at 3.2%. And I want to thank our Director of Budget and Finance for all his hard work him and his team put into this year's budget process.
Thank you all as well.
All right, I move to adopt Resolution 26-06, a resolution to establish the fiscal year 2027 annual budget and appropriations with real property tax rate of 80 cents per 100 of assessed value, a tax differential rate of 6.67 cents per 100 of assessed value for the town of Centerville and 0.715 per 100 of assessed value for the town of Millington, a public utility personal property tax rate of $2 per $100 of assessed value, and a Kent Narrows Commercial Management and Waterfront Improvement District special taxing area rate of 0.06 per 100 of assessed value.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on this? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Abstained? 5-0.
When do you start on 2028?
Tomorrow.
And I've got another motion that we'll be able to talk about, but I'm going to make a motion for the Finance Office to draft a budget amendment to the fiscal year 2027 operating budget to be presented for a vote at our July 14th Commissioners meeting, which will grant an additional $500,000 to the Board of Education to be used to fund 2 district-wide rotating behaviorists and 4 middle school mental health support staff.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Discussion. It's 6, not...
Okay.
Yeah, total of 6, yeah.
So, we had 3 budget hearings. In each budget hearing, we heard about mental health and issues. The one at the Kent Island Library went on for a good deal. And it was the #1 complaint or issue that I think we faced this year during the budget cycle. So we had the Board of Ed in here today for a liaison meeting, and we discussed this with them. They had some savings in their insurance portion, their health insurance portion, which they are going to pick up 13 positions, teaching positions, from the savings on the health insurance. And at that time, we presented them with the possibility of doing $500,000 to deal with the mental health issues in our schools. And I want to just thank everybody here for, listening to this, and hopefully you'll vote for it. So, any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. 5-0. You got something else to do, Jeff? There you go.
Get right on. Thank you all.
But
wasn't
extremely
kidding,
important.
tomorrow.
Extremely important. I mean, the message that resonated, I know we took our vote, but the message resonated on that Monday night that our behavioral and issues that we have in our schools, and the importance of extending this funding to the Board of Ed so they can bring these specialists in to work with our high school students and our middle school students and address some of these issues that perhaps they wouldn't have been able to without this extra funding. So hats off to this set of commissioners.
All righty. Moving on.
All right, thanks, Jeffrey.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on, Commissioners, item number 2 on pages 29 through 43. This is the Rural Health Transformation Program Agreement with the Maryland Institute for Emergency Medical Services Systems. We have Director Haas up here with us today, and this is actually a grant agreement, $155,000 for the Department of Emergency Services to enter into a Rural Health Transformation Program Agreement with Emergency Medical Services Systems to support the county's whole blood program. So this would be an additional position and an individual and materials to provide this whole blood on our ambulance units. So I'll let these gentlemen take it away with some details on this program. But it is a grant that would provide for an additional individual for our DES personnel team. Scott?
Do we need a motion or anything, or can we just go ahead and?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so Zach, as usual, has been working very hard to get this rural grant. It originates from CMS, and it goes through the Maryland Department of Health and is then passed on to our licensing agency, which is the Maryland Institute for Emergency Medical Services Systems. We applied for the grant. There were 13 receiving jurisdictions across the state that received this grant. 8 of them are shore jurisdictions. We're one of the 8 to start whole blood programs in the field. So this adds a tool in our toolbox, which is probably the most valuable tool we've had in over a decade, and will make a huge difference in saving a life in the field by carrying this valuable resource with us.
Oh. Yep. Whole blood's something that we've been exploring since 2019. We've been looking at feasibility for it, and it's always been a cost prohibitive thing for us. So getting the opportunity for this grant coming down from CMS through the state to us has really unlocked the potential for us to get this on our units. It's one that we won't use frequently. We anticipate probably 6 to 8 administrations a year, but this is something that will absolutely save a life. We had one instance this past year where we were able to rendezvous with MSP and route to shock trauma because aviation was down, but they met us by ground, and they carry whole blood. We gave whole blood, and I firmly believe that if we were not able to rendezvous and administer that, there would have been a family that would have been burying their kid.
Who had the whole blood?
Maryland State Police. The helicopters carry it right now, but if the helicopters are down, they'll come out by ground to rendezvous with us. So basically just a road trooper brings the blood to us on the side of the road.
Wow.
But this will give us the ability to have that in our own pocket and administer it early and not have to worry about trying to rendezvous.
So it will be, how will you know when you're going to use it? They'll just be on the units?
So
or?
it's going to be assigned to a supervisor unit.
Okay,
We're going to start
there
with
you go.
one supervisor unit is going to
Okay.
carry it. We're going to have 2 units
Okay.
available
Yeah,
to us.
I just was curious how we were going to be using it or distributing it or
It'll be centrally located, so that'll be the initial rollout, and then hopefully with proof of concept, we can expand to the northern and southern battalions
Okay.
so that it's
Very good.
readily available throughout the county.
So this is a 5-year grant. We have to reapply every 5 years, but we've been told if you trust federal grants right now, that it'll be available for the next 5
You'll believe it
years,
when
and
you
we
see
just
it.
have to reapply each year.
And the blood bank is in Easton?
So the blood bank, we have not actually done a contract until we seal the deal on this. So we still have to do that component of it. I believe they're looking at Delaware for our blood bank that we're going to utilize. The deal with the blood banks are they issue us the whole blood. We have them for X amount of time, but we have to return it in time for them to be able to administer it to a patient.
Yeah.
before it's
So we're constantly going to have to be rotating.
Yeah, whole blood is good for 4 weeks from the time that you donate to the time that it expires. So we're looking at taking possession of blood on day 7 and then returning it to the blood bank on day 21. And then at that point, they've got a week that they'll end up administering it somewhere else.
So just a switch, you'll go and return it and they'll give you new?
Yes. Yep, we just basically go and swap out.
Okay.
And we're only paying for the blood if we utilize it.
Oh, okay.
And of course, this has to have the refrigeration part of it?
Yes,
Yeah,
so
there's a
that's, yeah, the price of the grant enables us to purchase all the equipment that we need to keep it at the perfect temperature and all the requirements we need.
Both on the ambulance, in the police car, and then,
Well, it's strictly on a supervisor unit, so
Or
we only need
supervisor
we only need the equipment on the supervisor unit.
It'll be as just a self-contained cooler that the blood's kept in, and then there'll be another bag that's got the administration sets and all that. So basically, we can take that truck, rendezvous with any ambulance on scene, and get this rocking and rolling.
So here comes the softball question.
Okay.
Who else does it over here on the shore?
So currently, I think Caroline is the only one approved to use it, is that correct?
Caroline started their program mid-May, and they actually had, within 8 hours, the opportunity to give blood, but MSP got there before their supervisor did. But they have done it in administration since then. Cecil County also is live with blood, so there's 2 on the shore right now.
And we've got the ability to use aviation. The problem is, and we're hitting our busy time of the year, the most common time you're going to see an auto accident is during bad weather, rain, thunderstorms. And unfortunately for us, aviation's down, not available to us.
Sure.
And we're doing what we call ground and pound to a trauma center to get somebody there quick. And the interesting thing is Centerville is kind of our center point to the 2 trauma centers that we utilize. Christiana and shock trauma are 2 level 1s, and they're both approximately an hour away drive time. But you calculate summer traffic into it, it could take us much longer than an hour, and this blood, that's why the blood is so valuable for us to have it at hand.
And all the ground-based blood programs that have got in, everyone starts with blood thinking trauma, but you have actually a large subset of GI bleeds and actually OB patients that qualify for these transfusions for postpartum hemorrhage and GI bleed.
so they can determine on-site what their type blood is? And if we don't have, it's just a
It's
plasma?
we do low titer O positive is what we carry.
And if they're not that type?
And then if they are in the small subset that has the titer for a reaction, we discontinue and then we treat the reaction. But since it's gone live in the state, I don't even think I've heard of one transfusion reaction, and it's been 3 years that MSP's been doing this.
Very good. What took you so long to bring this to us?
Trying to find money. Get a
Well,
deal.
the problem is it requires a lot of labor, and that's why there's an employee attached to this. And we just could not, in our own mind, in the budget process, come to you and ask for the staffing level. So once this grant became available, we were like, this is our end to be able to start a blood program. So, but there's no cost for the employee, and there's no cost for the supplies, and basically no cost for the blood for us to utilize through the grant.
How many liters will you have?
2 units.
All right. Very good.
I move to authorize the Director of Department of Emergency Services to enter into a Rural Health Transformation Program agreement with the Maryland Institute of Emergency Medical Services Systems to support a Queen Anne's County whole blood program totaling $155,500.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye. You guys just keep setting that bar.
Yep.
We try.
We try.
We try.
We appreciate you guys' support.
And actually, you're the ones that allow us to set that bar, so thank you for the support. We really appreciate it.
Right on.
Zach, good job.
Phil just wants to be first. He's a little disappointed.
Oh, no.
Have Caroline beat us. That's what Phil's thinking.
I've taken my last ride in those ambulances. No hard feelings.
Yeah, the boss always tells me we can be on the cutting edge, not the bleeding edge.
There you go. Bada boom.
Todd, thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you, gentlemen. Good to see you both.
Good evening.
All right, Commissioners, item number 3, pages 44 and 45. This is for the Queen Anne's County Library. It's an FY 2027 capital grant certification letter. They need a executed letter from the Board of Commissioners that indicates that we have guaranteed matching funds in the amount of $65,000 for the procurement of architectural and engineering services for the North County branch for next fiscal year. The grant funding has been awarded, and we have the matching funds in the proposed FY 27 budget.
I move to execute the Queen Anne's County fiscal year 2027 capital grant certification letter for the procurement of architectural and engineering services for the North County branch project in the amount of $65,000.
Second.
It'll be a library.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
There's a kiosk there now.
Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Abstained? 5-0.
All right, thank you, Commissioners. Okay, we have 2 desk items for your consideration. Desk item 1 is County Ordinance 2613, prohibition of political signs. This is for introduction and conveyance to the Planning Commission for their review and a recommendation. But essentially, this ordinance bans the placement of political signs on all property owned by the county commissioners, including roads, county roads, and county rights-of-ways.
I move to keep the impact fees flat at 0% increase in accordance with 1836C.
No. What? He's doing that, he's doing.
Oh, that's the other one?
I'm sorry, introduce, I'm sorry, excuse me. Yeah, we're going to introduce desk item 1,
That
County
was
Ordinance
the
2613.
political signs on county property right of ways.
Oh.
I thought we were on.
Just needs to be introduced. Just needs to be introduced.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'll introduce it.
I'll introduce it.
And we'll send that to the Planning Commission for their review, and it'll come back to the commissioners.
Just pick one, Steph.
Yep.
Yeah, is there, Todd, is there an exception on that for election day and early voting days?
Yeah, we're going to have to.
Oh, yeah.
There
they
is
would have to
not.
be.
There is not. Currently, it was
But make
just,
sure that when it gets sent to them, that they include that, because
gonna have to.
obviously, early voting at Vincent Building, you can put signs up then, but
Vincent isn't.
on any non-election days, maybe it's as simple as that.
And then you got the schools. They're public.
Yeah.
okay, good point.
Yep.
Although I'd be happy not seeing them too, because
I'm with you on that.
it's a lot of litter and it takes a lot of work to put them up and take them down.
It sure does, sure does. Okay. So we'll send that to the Planning Commission for their review and recommendations back to the board, and we'll go from there. All right, desk item 2, this is for the FY 2027 impact fee schedule. As you know, we collect impact
So
fees.
that was desk item 2.
Yeah,
Desk
that-
item 1 is the,
We already did that one.
Yeah, one was the signs. Did I get
The
them
one was
backwards?
actually the
Impact fees.
according to the, where they're labeled.
Oh, I apologize, that was my mistake.
It's all good.
So item 2 is the FY 2027 impact fee schedule. July 1st each year, the impact fee schedule values are adjusted by the Engineering News Record Construction Cost Index for the 10 cities. This year's increase is proposed at 2.8%.
I move to keep the impact fees flat at 0% increase in accordance with 183-6C of the county code.
second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Yeah, so I'm looking at it. We've got a building moratorium on right now. Raising impact fees just kind of goes counterintuitive to the fact that you're not even letting builders build, and then you're going to raise the rates on them when they come back to build. I'm just not a big fan of that. And I just did the calculation, 17 cents per square foot, which on a 2,000 square foot home is an additional $340 people would have to pay. So, you know what, times are tough. We just lowered property taxes. We can suck it up on the impact fees for a year, and let's see what next year brings, in my mind, so.
Very well. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
So moved, 5-0. There you go. That's it?
Okay, that's all we have, Commissioners.
Anybody like to speak? Press and public comment? No. All right, round table. Patrick, since you're all the way over there to the right.
It was wonderful to have the VAMSA folks come in here and share with us what's going on. We had a wonderful time at the Churchill parade,
Yeah.
and I'm good.
Okay. Jack, got anything?
Yeah, just had to, well, obviously the parade, that was later in the day, but went up to the Suggsville Skeet and watched both our high schools compete. Queen Anne's County did come in second, well ahead of Kent Island, I might add. Not to rub that into my fellow commissioner, Phil, there.
Not to rub it in?
Not to rub it in.
How did
but,
Easton
yeah,
win?
so
Chris, we don't have to stand for this.
Cole Coppage from Queen Anne's County High School won it again this year. He's also our sitting national champion as well. So his last time, I believe, Cole's senior this year, so we won't have. But incredible program. I mean, so they had the picture from 2 years ago with 10 kids from each school. This year they got 40 kids, 20 from each school, and they're up to 6 schools this year, and they're looking to bring on 4 more next year. So it's growing at a rapid pace.
Wasn't it
so.
40 last year, 80 this year?
No, that was with all the schools,
Oh,
but
okay.
just Queen Anne's County, we had 40,
but it's
up from 20.
I mean,
so
as
it's-
a school, high school team
Or-
sport,
yeah.
it's really, they're talking about adding, what, 6 more schools next year?
Yeah, that's what they were
I mean-
saying, 6, and then, but it's, you know, it's funny
These
because
kids are the real deal.
talking to the coaches and all that, it just brings kids out of their shell. Some kids that are introverts, you know, they really get into it and they shoot, and I'm telling you, I wouldn't want to make any of them mad because I'm pretty sure they can knock you down. We saw 2 25 out of 25s in a matter of 2 shooters, so, yeah. One actually was Gene Legg's grandson. He hit his first 25, so. But, yeah, it was a great time, and I'm going to be bringing something back around here in the next month or so to try to enhance the facility up there.
Yep.
Because it is going to be our home base for both high schools, and just, you know, clean it up and get them some new bathrooms, and, you know, we've done all that at a lot of the other parks that we're using, so I think it's a good idea and they've raised $155,000 already, so I told them we may be talking about if we
them
can
across
match
the
them
finish
that
line,
and
yeah.
get them over to the finish line, so.
And
Yep.
possibly the sheriff's indoor range.
Well, we haven't had that conversation yet, so I won't bring that one up yet. Sheriff don't know about that one just yet, but
I
yeah.
did see the Lady Bucks picture, though, from
Yeah.
on Facebook today, looking good.
Yep.
Did a really good job.
So, yeah, that was very enjoyable. So next time they have a meeting, I would suggest getting out there and.
Chris, you got anything you want to say?
Yeah, I just want to, an addendum almost to the vote we did earlier for the additional funding for the school and for the mental health professionals. And I just want to commend the father who lost his son tragically to suicide, who came out to the meeting to speak. I think that was a very brave thing that he did, and the folks that were there to support him. And it made a difference, because as you see, there's additional funding that goes in. And so I just want to make sure that people know that if there are things that you want to see in the community, and things that you want to see from the commissioner's budget, come and talk to us, because you'll be surprised at how quickly we can put things into action. It reminds me of when we had those kids come to the Parks and Recs Board, and they wanted to have a skate park, and they put on an amazing presentation, and within 18 months, it was open. Like, amazing, right? And because if you come forward and you talk to the commissioners, you'll be surprised at how much we can get done. But when you're sitting at home and just not speaking to us, we can't read your minds. So, come out, talk to the commissioners. You'll find we're all very approachable. I'd be shocked if you reached out to any commissioner if you didn't get a response back within 24 or 48 hours, setting up a time to meet with you. And that is something I'm proud of that we all do to make sure that we are accessible. Whether it's at night, during the day, on the weekends, we're always out there meeting with the constituents and trying our best to do the right thing for everybody.
Awesome. Julie?
So I got to participate last Saturday. I got to hang out with Jack at the Southern Roll Ski Trap Club. Got some great pictures of the Bucks team and a few of the Queen Anne's team. But it was great to see the kids get to come together. We actually got our picture taken, Jack and I, with both teams. That was pretty cool. And then Saturday Saturday was a busy day. Saturday afternoon, we joined the folks up in Churchill and celebrated their 150th birthday and walked in their parade. And just what a great turnout for the north part of the county for the fireworks and all the festivities and things that were going on. So, Jim?
Very good. Well, Saturday was a busy day. We went out with our $50,000 matching funds check down the Y River via a boat, and got to watch a seating of a historic bed, which was very interesting, and a lot of interesting facts about oysters in the Y River and what's going on. So, and I told him I want it all itemized. I want all the information because the numbers are just unbelievable. So it's going very well for them. And then, like you said, we went up to Churchill, ran out of candy. We're not gonna live that one down. That was a lot of kids up there, boy. That was a hell of a crowd. So, but on a more serious note, the passing of Paul Gunther, he will be missed. I mean, what what a great individual, from commissioner, to businessman, to a farmer, just so easy to talk to, no matter what he was doing, behind a hot grill, he would, you know.
Wealth of knowledge.
That's it, yeah, so just, he's a pillar of the community, and he will truly be missed, so God bless, and you know, that's all I can really say about it. Anything else for the good of the group?
The pickleball courts in Church Hill opened the day before. So if you want to play pickleball, brand-new beautiful courts up in Church Hill.
Very good.
Make a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.